We're joined with manager Sean Eardley after a 0-0 draw with Guilsfield. What are your thoughts for today?
Soaking wet, to be honest, but no, we said at the start of the game that, you know, one of their strengths, and it is a strength, you know, with the long throws, in fairness, and we needed to make sure, whether it was 11 men or whether it was 10 men, that we were defending our goal and putting bodies on the line. That's exactly what we've done. We've had opportunities maybe in the second half, despite them being limited. We got ourselves in good positions, and we just touched on that in the dressing room. When you're facing that wind, it's impossible to play. I've just had a chat with Jags and Willow, and there was times where the ball was going in the air and they couldn't see it because of the driving rain. It's the same for both teams. You know, I think Guilsfield would have been happy in getting in at 0-0, but obviously, you know, with it being the final score as a 0-0, you know, we're happy to keep a clean sheet, you know, in that game. It's not an ideal result, obviously, with Airbus winning, but you know, there's a lot of games to go. So, yeah, happy with a clean sheet. That is one thing we did say after the last two games. Happy with a clean sheet against, you know, against a side like Lenny's. They've got attacking options all over. You know, despite Greg Draper being here, you know, Ewan Matthews, Blenks has been around for time, Jamie Hine. You know, they've all chipped in with goals. So, yeah, overall, just happy with the point and a clean sheet, I think.
So obviously in the first half we noticed the ref definitely didn't leave his cards at home. And do you feel the red cards affected the players in any way?
I think it affected the players for both sides, 100%. There's been a little bit of afters. I've watched it, and to be fair, if it was one of my players that has kicked out and whatnot and gone, I wouldn't have had a problem with it. He sent him off. The Morgan Owen one for me is I still don't know why it was a red. I've asked the referee at half time. Their number 4, I think it's Harris, has gone in strongly, but won the ball, and it's our throw-in. Our player has gone to stand up. He hasn't kicked out, he hasn't lashed out. I'm 2 yards away from it. People may look at the interview and go, he's going to be biased, he's going to defend his player, but I honestly didn't see a kick out if that's what he sent him off for. Morgan's been unbelievable for us, in fairness, and he's going to be you know, a big loss. We've got the players to come in and replace him, of course we have, but he's very, very unfortunate. And I think when the dust has settled and my emotions are maybe a little bit calmer, you know, I think I'm going to look at the ref's report. We might even put an appeal in for that. You know, their players, it's exactly the same for both, Con, where their players are going to appeal something and will appeal something. It's exactly the same. I just feel as though there's maybe more in their red than our red. That's one thing I will say. But listen, 10v10, it was a good battle. You know, Guilsfield might be a little bit disappointed that they haven't capitalised with the wind and the conditions with them, but you know, even seeing Lenny there at the far side, it's probably the quickest I've seen him run into the dressing room just to get warm. And yeah, we'll take a point and we'll move on. So
we're going to our second consecutive home game of the month against Holyhead. So how will you move forward into that game?
Better weather, hopefully. Better weather. We're due it. We've played ever so calmly. You know, we every opportunity we look to play out with Gitto and Ashton. I thought we've done that really well. We looked to play through the midfield, and then we said at times when the time is right to make sure that we're going direct, but direct with as much quality as we can, so just that zip-driven ball over the top, you know. You know, I'm happy with the performance. The lads are, you know, it's another point on the board and a clean sheet. Going into Holyhead, obviously they're going to look to bounce back. I noticed Jay picked up a straight red, so he'll be missing, and he's pivotal for them. But yeah, we're hoping that if the conditions are calmer, we'll look to take the game, you know, to them. Get a positive result there, 3 points, and then we're into Llanudno, who also picked up, I think, their first win of the season today. So they're going to be high in confidence as well. But no, bit of banter in training. You know, train well, train hard, and yeah, we'll go into next week full of confidence.
Bro, cheers, Eds.
Cheers, mate. No worries.